We'd also like to introduce some very special guests, and I think we've gotten to know them over the last 80 minutes. We have Bo Webb. Come on up. Judy Bonds, Jarrell, and Ed Wiley.
We moved to Asheville, North Carolina, which is in the mountains of western North Carolina, about 8 years ago. And one of the first things that we did was we opened up a newspaper and found out about this thing called mountaintop removal, which we had never heard about before, and it sort of took us aback. And a little bit later, we got in our Subaru, drove up to Coal River Valley, West Virginia, and stumbled into the Coal River Mountain Watch office, and one of the first things that happened is we met Bo and Judy, and Bo took us to the school at Marsh Fork Elementary, and later that afternoon he said, "You really need to meet my friend Ed," and so that was it.
And for these wonderful subjects, is this the first time that you're seeing the film? And if so, can you tell us a little how you feel about the experience?
Well, we saw it last night, and it's really hard to critique it because we're in it. But and removing myself from it, I think it's a pretty damn good film.
Anyone else want to add to that?
I'll have to second that, and I've come to think of Adam and Francine as family.
Oh, lovely.
It seems to me about, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 months ago, one of those toxic holding tank lakes that was broke open and it spread out all over the countryside. I was just wondering why that was not mentioned in the film.
Well, that wasn't the story we were following, and there's many things that we could have mentioned, and there's a lot of really important facts surrounding the story, but we hope that people will be interested enough to go and find out other things that are happening in their own neighborhoods and more things that are happening in Coal River Valley, but we just couldn't cover it all in 81 minutes.
And behind? I'm sorry, are you do you have a question? Neither? Okay, well, interesting. Again, please, don't be shy. I know people often get very shy when we ask you to go to the mic, but please don't. I saw the enthusiasm in the audience, and you should certainly do it. Now, Francine and Adams, obviously, this film is very cinematic and very beautiful, and one can take it, as a work of art, but it also has an important social message. What is your great hope for the film, and what's your hope for how you can get this to actually enact, social change?
I think it, by resonating on a more emotional level, I feel really honored that we've been able to come into the homes of Bo, Judy, Deb, and Ed for the last 6 years. I'm sure it is not an easy thing to first let somebody in your home and then share something so deeply affecting you, and then also they trust us to craft the story in a certain way. So I hope that people will feel it on a level and maybe identify that we're all connected. We're all connected to Coal River Valley on an emotional level, and it's not just their issue; it's our issue as well. So I would hope that people would see that.